And we are heading to the top of the hour, and again, our thanks to our friends at AgroLiquid. Had a chance to visit with Troy Bancroft from AgroLiquid, president, founder of the company in St. John's, Michigan. He was at Ag PhD Field Day as well last Thursday in South Dakota. Great to spend some time with him. And looking, again, a great partnership between RFD TV, Rural Radio, and AgroLiquid. Check out their website as well. Let's go from St. John's, Michigan to Chicago, Illinois. And AgroLiquid, I think they liked Todd Horwitz. We certainly do. Morning, Todd.
Baby, St. John's, Michigan. I'm on my way.
I'll bet so. I'd like to meet you there. All right. I'm glad you were on the agenda here today on our lineup because what's going on in this grain trade, Todd Horwitz will have all the answers. So I suppose you have to say it starts with those condition updates. But do you believe what this trade is, where we're trading now, is what the crop is going to end up being?
No, I look at it. I have my same concerns. I have my same positive vibes. Look. Corn is right now just getting hammered, obviously down 7 cents last I looked.
Yep.
You know, there's a real disconnect somewhere here, Mark, and it's, you know, if you look at the outside, if you look at the dollar's on 15-month lows. Why are the dollar-denominated commodities still getting hammered here? So I think there's a little bit more to this story, and I think part of it's the real slow conditions in the overall market and just in general trading and general growth in the economy. I think this will all resolve itself shortly. My concern still remains soybeans. As I said, $10 is a key number, and if they couldn't hold there, we might see what we're seeing today, which is down, like last I looked, 31 cents. So. Yeah. I'm still looking for some positive action here, but it is getting to a point where, you know, if we don't get some soon here, or we don't at least find some support, we'll have to reevaluate what's going to go on here. I don't see much more on the downside in corn and in wheat. However, soybeans are another thing by themselves because they've kind of broken down technically here. Yeah,
corn, actually, we're getting live quotes here just to give you the information here, Todd. We're down over 8 cents now. December down 8 1/4, 376.5, and that is the low of the day. I would, you know, again, you were talking about 450 here all along, and, you know, we're not to the end of the year. We've still got a whole another quarter of the year left. Talk about the corn trade and a producer out there. I'm sure they're a little skittish today.
Well, I think that's part of the problem, Mark. I really thought 450 or maybe even close to $5 we'd get this year to tell the truth. I mean, that's just what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, again, I don't think that I'm not totally off of that yet, but again, there's some issues, and one of the things that happens, especially when markets are slow, and this is one thing you have to remember as a producer, as somebody who's not a professional trader, is that the markets are slow. People are selling, and they get nervous, and they keep selling because they don't see a bottom. And of course, what we'll do is in the next day or so, we'll find a bottom, and then the key will be this following rally. And if it has some legs to it, I think we will get back on track to where we want to be. But right now, you see, I think just an overabundance of people that are actually panicking a little bit, trying to sell out right now. And I think that's what this sell-off is about, in my opinion.
And we talked about soybeans here. Take a look at the bean complex, down 25, 30 cents here at last look, and right now 31 and a half. November 975.5. I would think that 970 level would be pretty important.
Well, 10 was really important.
Yeah.
I think you probably might see 940 before this is all done.
Wow.
But we've got to find a spot here. Again, there is an outside chance that we could go under 9 in the beans because of the way they're breaking down here. But again, this could be a little bit of panic selling. One of the things you got to be very careful is to get too involved in a market that's really quiet when you have an overabundance or an imbalance of orders that are pushing the markets down right now, because this could be just a pure, as we would call it, a trap that people are just selling because they're scared, so they're puking it out. At the end of the day, you'll probably see a turnaround here.
4 cents lower in wheat real quick here before we take a break. Kansas City, that's Chicago, down 4 1/4. So is Kansas City, 4 1/4 lower. Minneapolis down 11 cents now. The December at 933, down over 11 cents. We'll take a break. Todd, get your thoughts on the livestock trade. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading, BubbaTrading.com. Back with us after this. And we are heading to the top of the hour, back to our livestock side of the ledger, and Todd Horwitz rejoining us live from Chicago and looking at a cattle and feeder cattle trade higher today. Is that a result of all the pressure we're seeing and talked about in the grain complex?
No, I think you're getting a little bit of a bounce. I mean, I actually think that fats have put a bottom in. I mean, I think, the 112 area in October fats is a place you want to be anyway. So I'm looking for those to rally from here, and I'm looking to be a buyer, and we'll continue to do so here. I think the feeders have some more work to do on the downside. I think you might have a little bounce here, but remember, we've had some pretty good selling. If you look at it, we've been coming down, then we get a little bit of a pop, but again, we can make a lower low. I think you're looking at 140 in the feeders before it's all over, and then I think you can look for higher prices from there as well.
Now, 140, are you looking at the September or October?
I'm still looking at August.
Still looking at August. Okay.
We got about 35 days or 30 days left.
So you still, Matt, you still stay with the front end, even though we're in delivery there, as far as these numbers are concerned.
Well, for today, I will. Yeah, but I will as soon as I see the volume switch over, I'll switch over to the active.
Now, feeders are still bunched together there, 147, 147 and a half for August, September, and October.
Yeah, I think that's something that is a decent pattern, which would be hopefully more consistent with the pullback in August that I'm looking for, and then we could go into contango instead of backwardation, and then I think we'd look in a much more bullish front, and that's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for a place to buy when I see them sell, so I'd like to see that panic sell here so that we can step in and buy some more. But that's what I think we'll see, a little bit lower pricing here, and then I'll look for rally, and I think fats, I think they're going to continue to go higher. I don't think they're going to go much lower than 112, which I think 112.15 was the low.
Very good. All right, let's take a look at the hog futures. I'll get the numbers for those of you, especially those of you tuning in on rural radio. Hog futures a bit lower here, and we still have that $15 spread, though, August to October. Talk about that spread.
Well, that's why, August is below 80 when I came up here, so I hope that's still the case.
Still is, it is.
I believe they're going down to the low 70s. 73 has been my number all along. I think that's where we're headed. I think if we can stay below 80 here, it could accelerate pretty quickly, and I think that spread will come in the other way. We've seen the spread accelerate when the buyers come in and push it apart. I think now you're going to have the sellers bring it back down to the others. And then I think once this gets done, I think then we can get back into more of a bullish posture once we get down and take out some of those lows, because I think you need some selling in here anyways.
All right. Still friendly longer term, all the commodities. Is that right, Todd?
Yes, sir. I'm very, very friendly. I'm
going to give the numbers here. We'll let you go, but we are going to talk to you tomorrow as well. We'll see what 24 hours brings us.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.
Thank you. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading. It's BubbaTrading.com. All right, as promised, numbers here, live cattle, feeder cattle, and hog futures. Live quotes here from the CME Group. Live cattle mixed now. They were all higher, but now October leaking a little bit lower, down 7, near lows of the day here, 111.88. Feeder cattle on the day, still higher. The August up $1.22, 147.40. September at 147.55 is up 90. And then our hog futures under some pressure here today. August down 32 and below 80, as Todd mentioned, just barely 79.98. October down over $1 though, 64.98, so below $65 on the October.
All right, thank you so much.
Great friends here. Well, I've been interesting to hear the story here, and the horses travel better than you and I do.
They certainly do. Most people have heard of the show. They don't know the backstory.
Exactly. We're going to hear more about that.
That's right. Thank you, Market Strategist.